Hey everyone, my name is Amy Caroline. I was just visiting one of my friends in my lunch break. Now that it's about the subscriptions application. So come on with me back to the farm. Hi.
Hi, and you?
Great. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Well, thanks for sitting down with me. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the subscriptions application. So tell me what's happening. What changes will we see in version 14?
We have made quite an overhaul of the dashboard, actually. So the point is that you want to be able to follow up on your subscription, see what's changed recently, if the customer has increased or decreased his usage. And we've added new tracking values in these subscriptions, so you can see what's changed when there was a new invoice, stuff like this. And all this data is aggregated in the new dashboard, which is a bit more responsive. You can see multiple salespeople at the same time, stuff like this. So we've tried to make reporting way easier than it was before.
Right. And of course, that improves in the usability of the application.
Of course, we've improved the mobile experience as well for this dashboard.
Okay.
So it's going to be way, way more comfortable to use on your phone and tablets if you use those.
Oh, that's cool. And you actually were the original developer for this application.
Yeah, a long, long time ago.
Right. And I know that now that's the responsibility of other people from time to time. But how has it evolved since you developed it to now?
It's been through quite a few changes. Of course, there have been a lot of change in designs in Odoo, so we have to adapt to those as soon as they happen. We've added some nicer integrations with payments that we had in the past, and we are going to improve that for version 14 and 15 and 16, of course. What has changed as well is the reporting has gotten more powerful. Not every year, maybe every two releases or something like that. And I think the portal integration, so the way that the customer can actually see what's going on with his subscription, has been improved probably dramatically since the first edition that I made at the time.
That's cool. And as you're implementing the subscription application, do you find that some areas are a bit trickier, especially when it comes to where to improve? Do you take more what the users are saying, or do you have other ideas? Or
it's a bit complicated. We have some input from users, of course, as we do for all apps. Perhaps something, but sometimes they come with complication. For example, recently we tried to add tax management on subscription to be able to really powerfully specify the tax on each product you sell. But this came with a lot of problems because if you change the tax later on, then you want the subscriptions to be updated. But do you really? Are you sure? And there was no easy way to do that, for example. So we have a lot of requests that are in fact difficult to implement because they come with a lot of side effects that we don't have clear ways or easy ways for user to manage. We have also a lot of internal feedback as well because we use the subscription application at odoo.com to manage odoo.com subscriptions. So we have quite a few integrations and some new requirements that come from time to time that way. And we also, watch what's going on with the world and external tools. Like, is there someone doing stuff better than we do?
Right.
And what could we improve? But that's the job of the PO, not the developer. But it usually ends up in our computers as well anyway. So.
Right, absolutely. And I have to ask before moving on, what is going on with your duck over here? Tell me about your friend.
So this is a bigger duck than most developers would usually have. So it's kind of king of ducks. But the concept comes from rubber duck debugging. So what happens is that usually you get stuck in your code, you have a problem and you don't know how to solve it. The easy way out would be to ask a colleague to come have a look and talk about it, but most of the time you can actually solve it yourself. And what you do is you take the duck, you explain your problem to the duck. Maybe you draw something on the board, something like that, and usually the answer will come by itself. You just need to expand your frame of mind, see things a bit differently, and that's called rubber duck debugging. So instead of annoying your colleagues who are maybe in the zone or whatever, you talk to the duck and it will bring a solution. And we have a tradition inside of the office that if you ask a question to a colleague and just by asking it you realize yourself that you have the answer, you answer by just end the conversation by saying quack.
Okay. So I guess the bigger the duck, the more often you have to do that.
Sometimes we no, actually what happens is that if you have a big bug, sometimes you need more than one duck because you need to explain it like to a small classroom or whatever. You can imagine a whole conversation in your head like, could you do that? No, I can't because blah 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 blah. Stuff like that. I mean, we don't do that every day because that would be quite annoying. You have to go to an outside room because otherwise you're still gonna annoy your colleagues with the noise. But it can be a fun way to, especially now that we do remote working, a fun and easy way to solve some issues. Not all of them, but some.
That's definitely useful. I need to do that for support tickets as well. Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes just to chat with me a little bit about subscriptions and rubber duck programming.
You're quite welcome, and see you soon, I guess.